at some point, and you can either keep using this character or leap into another one for a while. Okay, well, I'm tired of playing level 5. I'm going to go to level 60 for a while. That's where the fun is. I'm telling you, man, this is how they live. This is the whole reason for World of Warcraft to exist. Because the more I play it, I'm really looking at the psychological programming while I'm playing at the same time. And I'm telling you, they're educating us in these games. This is what life is really like. And I'm not fabricating or making this stuff up. I look at some of the things that are going on, and it just blows my mind. All of the games currently right now, and I had gaming theory in college. I'm here to tell you that they were telling us for years, and as we evolve more and more sophisticated games, eventually there is going to be a time when games will blur into our reality, and you will be playing games. That's what we do. I know Ryan is kind of looking at some of this stuff and going,
we're trying to explain something to Ryan. Now, even our son has a hard time with this. In the last week, I've had so many,
we've had so many things happen as far as what's going on as far as the Arks, and I'm going to let Victoria talk uninterrupted here in a second because she needs to. What she is about to reveal absolutely blew us away, and we believe everything that we're saying, but when you actually start to see it manifest, it is really blowing my mind. And this whole thing with, we knew that the sand dunes, there was something important about it. There's something important about all locations in the world where there are large amounts of sand, because sand has been used universally throughout the entire multi-galaxy, because it can be electronically shaped and formed into anything, and it flows like water, and it has many characteristics that if you are psionic, you can project images into the sand. Remember some of the movies that we've seen, like The Mummy and that series, where they could manifest some type of powerful being inside of sandstorms and things like that? We know about the Collegiate Force. They were talking to us about sand and all this stuff. So, Victoria, I'd like you to explain to these people, and we'll put images up on the cutting room floor and on Telegram, because you need to see the images of this area, why we are here and why we were brought here, and what we have seen lately is absolutely mind-bending.
I haven't been able to sleep properly. I've been waking up for the last, I want to say about 4 nights, about 1 o'clock.
And at one point you were mumbling again in that weird Burbian kind of language. I wanted to talk to you about that too later. But
anyway, I get up, and the other morning I'm told to go and look at an image of the San Luis Valley from a satellite perspective.
But before you did, talk about the little trip we took and what you saw in the sky.
Okay, so
this was about, okay, go ahead.
Yesterday we went, it was the day before yesterday.
It was a couple of days, yeah.
Okay, so the day before yesterday we were going to the store to get some extra goods because
we're loading up in case.
We're loading up just in case, yeah. Anyway, on the way in, I said to Mike, can you see that huge, it was like a dark cloud in the sky, but it was covering pretty much the whole of the basin of the valley. And I said, it looks like a Sky Command vehicle. It has wings that go around in the front of it like a manta ray. Have you ever seen a big manta ray, how it folds around like that?
Or in the movie Prometheus, it looked like a big horseshoe?
Yes.
Okay, like that.
But it was a full disc. And it was like, I said, this is really, can you see it? It takes over, it was like
so big, I couldn't
cloud.
see it myself until we got further along. And, and Victoria always does this when we're driving. She says, hey, look, there's, that vessel, there's one there. And sometimes I can't see it.
But
and I'm like, okay, whatever.
The end of the point of the cloud, this one? It came in a long triangle, the point of the cloud. So how many clouds do you know a triangle? And it had a long point that went down into a tunnel T shape. So I said...
And it was circular.
It was circular. And I said to Mike yesterday, I believe that was the Ark. I believe it's risen. And we've been hearing all kinds of crazy things.
And I did this morning. That's why I got up, and it was really quiet. Everything, all the lights were up. I thought maybe the cat, but I heard a.
Yeah, it's around.
And I thought maybe that was the fan at first, and I got up because we had the fan on last night, and
it was cold here last night. We got a big storm.
Yeah,
it got cold here.
But it was rain.
Yeah,
it was lovely.
It was as if. The valley's been very dry recently, but the winds of change are here. And if we've seen the winds of change here for the last 2-3 weeks now, it's been really
non-stop
windy. Non-stop.
Yeah.
And last night we got a huge windstorm come in, and then it rained. And I was just like, wow, something's going on. And then we find out today with the Schumann, you guys, I can't tell you that this is not fiction, this is reality. The Schumann is showing like a powerful being that's like Megatron, almost like a transformer, but massive. And both legs are in view. If you mirror the image, you can see both legs. And it was like, okay, so we have these strange things happening in the Schumann. We found the tree of life that even Crazy Horse, one of the Wind Father's ancestors, spoke about the tree of life. He saw 7 generations of people. So Crazy Horse used to talk to Father all the time. And this family lived by shamanistic tribal ways. We believe very strongly in them.
And we were very strongly pulled out to this area. Despite things that have happened to our family, we realize now that this area is probably one of several unique places on this planet that are going to be seeded by the Arks and that are going to become something truly incredible.
So I'll tell you all the things that I know. First of all, if you're going to go by tribal ways, Crazy Horse spoke about a time of 7 generations when all people would come together under the tree of life and the circle of life would begin again. Okay, so
the circle of life.
Yeah.
Maybe that term originally meant an ark.
The ark, which we know is here in the sand dunes. It's risen. And there's a lot of things that people will not see because they're not dimensionally attuned. But when you just start dimensionally attuning your eyes, you can see these things. And I saw the ship the other day in the sky. I'm pretty sure of it. And then ever since I've seen the ship, there's been really massive power fluctuations happening in the Schumann, where now we're seeing this great being, which I believe is a representation of Father in his type of automaton.
Yeah, don't say Megatron. That was a bad robot.
Okay, automaton.
We like Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime, okay.
Shut up, you guys. Jesus
so,
Christ.
if you see this great being that he has stomping boots on. Now, a couple of weeks ago,
Might have been Carlos, too. You ever think about that?
It could be.
I don't know. Maybe he's letting loose Carlos.
A few weeks ago, Sam told us that Father went and got his boots on. His stomping boots. And the being in the Schumann today, when you mirror it and you see it, he's got boots on.
Hey, listen, people, you better hang on for this ride. You think it's freaky now, wait a couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on right now, people. Stephen A. Jones, wondering why we're not all part of the paranormal society here. Because I'm here to tell you that paranormal is going to be normal. Yes, at some point, yes. But we wanted to get this point out to let people know. You've got to look at the maps. Victoria's going to put one up. You got to look at it. Look at where the half circle is against the what looks like the mountain area there. And then look at the great tree branches. And isn't it interesting that where you live, part of the living branch still extends right through this area?
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Yes.
Look, the Hopi talking about this area, like they said, Crazy Horse was trying to warn people. He could only see 7 generations. We told Victoria, and so did Father, that there's going to be up to 20 generations of their family, and with that will come peace and prosperity love, joy, and you'll be able to do any freaking thing you want as long as you're not hurting other beings. And you'll be able to experience any type of life that you want on this planet, and or even leave it, because portals are going to be open to people at some point. And traveling and space travel, yes, Ryan, I know he's so excited. Ryan can't wait to jump the nearest, Blade Runner ship out of here for a while just to see what the hell's going on. And I'm here to tell you that when you enter into the higher dimensions, many of you are going to start to see people you used to know a long time ago that passed and are like, well, that's where they passed to, people. We're going there. Oh, Father's got the whole Nova thing down. That's going to be a fun day when that happens.
So there are big changes coming, and
big changes coming.
For many generations, our ancestors told us where to go. I unlocked the map. That's all I did, was I unlocked the map. And I now know for sure the sand dunes held the great Ark. The Tree of Life was right here in the middle of the valley. This is not fantasy. It is the truth. The ancient wind fathers spoke about the Tree of Life and the rainbow prophecies. It's all here in the valley, because that mountain where we live is represented as Father.
So we just wanted to put that out today. We thought it would be helpful for those of you that are still wondering what the hell is going on. Remember, this is happening all over the world.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just here in Fort Garland. Okay, it's not just here in Colorado. It's happening all over the world and in different locations. Now, granted, this is the one we know the most about because the Wind Fathers talked about it, right? But not only that, there were some very great beings that left their mark to remind people that the circle of life is about to begin again. And with that, in this little short today, Stephen A. Jones says, have a blessed day. Thank you all, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon.